Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our call. Today is August the 13th, 2025. Again, if you have not already done so, please update your name with the affiliation and the participant list. The meetings are being recorded and are shared on the NEMSIS website and our YouTube page. So please feel free to share with your team or review as needed. We encourage your participation. Please use the Q&A feature to ask any questions or make comments. We review these during the meeting as well as during our post-meeting debrief. All right, to get started today, our first person on the agenda is John with the stakeholder introductions. John, are you ready?
I am ready. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to share my screen just for a second. There we go. So as always, I'm happy to start with the stakeholder introduction. The reason why we do it is to get to know others on the call, build some connections, get to know maybe some ideas for new hobbies, and most importantly, to spotlight someone for 30 to 45 seconds and have a little bit of fun. But sadly, I don't know if you can hear my little sad trumpet there, or tuba. Nobody has submitted anything this week, so I didn't have anybody to introduce, which makes me very sad. So if you want to take a second and scan this QR code, you can do it from your smartphone or iPad or smart device of any kind. And then, as always, I will put the link in the chat so that you can fill out the form from your computer if smartphone isn't your way of doing things. And Bengie, since I've got the next thing, I was going to go ahead and go. Right.
Sounds great.
So if you remember last week, I showed you a spreadsheet of where to find it that had contact information for all of the state vendors. Well, we've updated that and I wanted to show it to you. So remember, as to find it, you go to using EMS data and then the NEMSIS 101 and scroll down to state specific tools. That's where that is. And then click on the state territory data managers vendor contact list. So that used to just say data managers contact list, or that's all it was. But what you'll notice now is at the very bottom of the screen, there are two more tabs. There's the field level collect and send vendor list and the state level receive and process vendor list. So vendors, please take a moment and review these tabs if you can. And if you see anything that needs to be changed or updated, please submit a help desk ticket and one of us will be happy to update it and get it fixed. And of course, the state data managers, you can do the same thing. I know I've got one edit that I still need to make for Alaska. I got that this morning. I'll make that this afternoon or right after this meeting. Other than that, we just want to let you know that the vendor list is up and it is now all in one easy to find location. And that's all I have. Thank you, Bengie. Let me stop my share. There you go. Back to you.
Thank you, John. And yeah, as John mentioned, please open up a help desk ticket if you need to make any updates to your contact info on that list. The next person on the list is Monet with an annual meeting update. Monet, are you ready?
Yes, give me 1 second. I would like to share my screen.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being on the call today. We are so excited to welcome you in just a few days to the NEMSIS annual meeting. I would like to also thank everyone who registered, who completed their registration. I do realize that there may be someone who didn't register who intends on coming. And if that's the case, please submit a help desk ticket so I can help you out. If you click on the registration portal, you'll see that the information to register is actually closed. And that's because I need to provide final numbers. But I am still willing, we are still willing to get you in. So If you need some assistance, please let us know. The next thing, this is just another reminder, we have the updated agenda available on the website, and the date is 8/12 of 25. One of the things I would like to mention about the agenda is each night, it's starting with Monday when you arrive, we're going to have a welcome event, which will be held on the Timbers patio near the hotel. Many of you who attended last year did come out and spend some time with us. Also, we're going to have an event on Tuesday night. We're having an event every night. These are networking opportunities structured to introduce you to your colleagues who you've probably never met in person. So just take a look at the agenda. We'll have some information available at the reception desk with everything that's going on. One additional thing I would like to mention about the agenda is on Wednesday, we are going to the Park City Mountain Resort, and we'll be leaving right around 3:45. There will be a what we call a ride waiver available at the registration desk, and I'll need to have those completed before we arrive to the venue. So I'll show you how to get that filled out when you arrive. But we would love to have everyone who wants to participate in that event to complete the form, and I'll show you that shortly. And so just take a look at the agenda and just make sure you're familiar with everything that's going on. If you have questions, please let us know. The next thing I would like to remind you about is transportation. I noticed something last year that I wanted to rectify this year. I saw 5 or 6 people in the lobby during the departure day, and there were 5 or 6 different vehicles. And I wanted to help streamline that just a little bit so that you could have conversations with your colleagues as you're coming into Salt Lake City as well as traveling back to the airport. So I've vetted these 2 services. I've explained in detail what we need from them to pick you up, to ensure that you're getting the best rate. And so here's the information so that you can contact these folks. They have booking apps. You provide your information. If there are 3 or 4 people arriving in Salt Lake City at the same time, you'll all be able to take that one transport. The more people on the bus, the better. That means you could get a rate as low as $20 or $30. And so we would hope that you would utilize the transportation services. Also, the hotel informed me that if you're leaving early in the morning, Uber and Lyft and those type of services are not always available in Park City. And so you really want to utilize a reliable transportation service that understands the area and the traffic situations at different times of the day. This form here is related to the Park City Mountain Resort. You can complete this form and we will be able to get you a free ticket so that you can participate in some of these nice adventures. There's a scenic ride and then there's a double play ticket. But I would like to know if you are participating in this event. I will need to provide final counts by this Friday. So if you could take care of that either today or before Friday, that would be greatly appreciated. We were offering refunds, but that time frame has cut off, and I'm sorry for anyone who cannot attend the meeting. If there is an excruciating circumstance or something that has come up that's major, please contact us and let us know, and we'll be able to help you with that information. The last thing I want to mention is that Park City, Utah is 7,000 feet above sea level. So we are encouraging you to drink water before, during your stay in Park City so you can avoid some of those type of elevation illnesses. It's going to be really important, especially if you're coming from an area, if you've never participated or come to Salt Lake City or Park City area, it could be a little stressful on the body. So we just want to encourage you to drink plenty of water. Are there any questions about anything that I mentioned so far? Does anyone see any questions in the chat? Okay, if there are no questions at this time, we thank you. We look forward to greeting you, and we're going to have a fantastic time, great discussions, and plenty of fun for us. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you all. Back to you, Bengie.
Thanks, Monet. John had a question in the chat, and I'm sure he'll take care of it in a few. So Casey's up next with the researcher feedback on NEMSIS data. Casey, are you ready?
I am. All right, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for attending. So we all know that this data gets used for research. Sometimes we see the results of that through published manuscripts or articles in the different publications that we read, GEMS, that sort of thing, which is really great. It's great to see the results of all the work that all of us do here. But we recently had a research request come into our help desk. It was a professor, I don't recall the university they worked for, who runs a epidemiology and biostatistics class. And most of her students work in EMS, whether they're paramedics, EMTs, whether they're on an ambulance service or in an ER. It's kind of the goal of the class. And anyways, so we sent the data out, our normal data sets for her class to be able to do their research projects for the class. I'm going to share my screen here, Benji, real quick. And we got some feedback shortly after, which was actually really kind of exciting to see. She had sent us a reply saying, one student told me in a meeting that he was working on the data and looking at ROSC as part of his research project. And he was working on the ambulance and got a cardiac arrest call. They achieved ROSC and was very excited while doing his EPCR because he could see as he's filling it out all the different data points that he had seen in that data set that he's working on in his project. So all the questions, all the different fields you have to fill out. And just was very excited about the analysis, very excited about the career and potentially maybe taking the career into the statistics or medical statistics field. And she said, thank you so much for empowering my students. I just think this is really inspirational. This was pretty neat to see come in. This isn't something that I think any of us that work in this space get to see very often. We don't get this kind of feedback very often. And this just goes to show how important this data is, how important this work is that we all do. I mean, right now there's 113 of us in this room, and we know that there's more of us that haven't been able to join today. It's a lot of people that are putting in the legwork to make all this happen. And so we just wanted to share that with you all, give everyone an awesome thanks, and just know that this has great purpose and people do get excited about it. So I think that's all I have for that then. Benji, back to you.
Great. Thank you, Casey. That is very exciting. The next topic is for me, it's the maintenance update. If you have not already been on our website, or if you're not familiar, if you go to the Technical Resources tab, you will scroll down to NEMSIS Maintenance Schedule, and it will provide the maintenance schedule for you. Our next maintenance is from August the 19th through the 20th. So if you encounter any problems during that time, please know that it is the maintenance schedule and that we're working in the background. But if you don't know where to open up a help desk ticket, there's a red banner on our website in the bottom right corner to submit a help desk ticket. Thank you. Let's see. The next topic is for Dr. Mann. Clay, are you ready to provide the critical patch timeline update?
Yeah, I certainly am. Hey, folks, thanks for joining today. And we certainly look forward to you in just a little over a week up in Park City. Weather looks like it's going to be great. If you haven't taken the time to fill out the form associated with visiting the mountain resort, I don't miss that opportunity. There's incredible fun on the mountainside, kind of for all levels of kind of adrenaline junkies, all the way from just a scenic kind of lift ride to the mountain coaster. So would love to have you have you there, and it helps us if we have a number before we arrive. So if you'd be so kind as to do that. Hey, happy to talk for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen about where we are with the critical patch. So as folks will know, we have passed the deadline in July for the 90-day window for vendors to test for compliance to the critical patches, both for 3.5.0 and 3.5.1. Of course, there wasn't much compliance testing for 3.5.1 as we moved to that standard. If you're interested in knowing where a software package falls in regards to compliance, just always feel free to go to our NEMSIS website, take a look at the vendor list for both receive and process and for collect and send. Those are all listed on the website. What are some of the upcoming dates, just to keep you kind of aware of what's happening for the vendors and for the states as we move forward? On September 30th is the next big date when the NEMSIS TAC will be all ready to start accepting version 3.5.1 records from the states. And so we're excited for that date to roll around. Then in regards to the critical patch, folks will know that we have a second round of critical patches that are coming up and will be available October 1. This is a very simple change. It will be critical patch 6 to version 3.5.0 and critical patch 2 to version 3.5.1. All this does is change the recurrence on the new element ePatient25 to a 1-to-1. We talked a lot about this. If you have any questions, let me know. All of our resources as of October 1 will be updated on the website. Our XMLs, data dictionaries, everything will be available on that date. And then remember, on November 4th is when we at the NEMSIS TAC will implement that critical patch, CP6 for 3.5.0 and CP2 for 3.5.1. Those will be activated. And then at that time, if ePatient25 does not have a real value or a not value or a pertinent negative for ePatient25, that record will fail at the national level. And we will, as we do with states, we'll report back to you, of course, on your failure rates, just as John and Amanda and others have been doing from from the TAC to help you kind of watch your submissions. So that's where we are in that process. Incredibly grateful to the states, incredibly grateful to the vendors, all who work so hard to implement this critical patch. We're going to take some time in a week and a half up in Park City to talk about what went well and what was difficult, so that maybe we can, if such a circumstance arises again, we can kind of grease that process and make it a little bit more efficient. So we're looking forward to that discussion and discussion about many other topics up in Park City in a week and a half. Any questions in regards to the timeline for the second set of critical patches? All right, fantastic. Bengie, I will turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Clay. And if you do have questions, please feel free to put it in the Q&A or open up the help desk ticket. The next topic is for Monet once again with the monthly report. Monet, are you ready with the monthly report?
Yes. Give me a minute, please. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, you should be able to see my screen.
Yes.
And I want to apologize. I think I said excruciating and I meant extenuating circumstances for the cancellation policy. So thank you. I want to mention that the NEMSIS TAC provides a monthly report. The report is basically for you to have a high-level overview of activities in which the NEMSIS TAC team is engaged. And that report can be found under View Reports, Public Reports, and then we have the list of the monthly reports for 2025. The most current report will always be at the very top. So we'll just take a little peek at the July report. And one of the things you'll notice is that the numbers on the very top of this banner are constantly changing. And that's because we have so many records that are populating the National Repository. And so this is pretty exciting. Just for 2025, you can see the increase month over month for the records. Mentioning that the last day to register was August the 11th. If you still need to register a notice or a ticket in the help desk, it looks like my internet might be unstable. I apologize for that. And then we have the recordings of the previous V3 implementation calls, as well as the information about the public trainings. You can just go through this report and get a quick highlight of various activities in which the TAC is engaged. And this is exciting as well. All of the various vendors that have completed compliance testing and where they are in the compliance testing process. This list grows almost every month that we populate this list. Unfortunately, you'll see that we have several people that are in probationary period as well. This information is reflected on the website, but it's also shown here on the report. And then we'll continue through this report, and you'll notice some additional information here about the number of records for both version 3 and version 3.5. One additional thing I want to mention is about the Okta reports, or sorry, the Okta user accounts. Oftentimes we see tickets submitted for resetting Okta, and I just want to remind you that if you are logging into Okta on a regular basis, let's just say once a week or every 2 weeks, then your account will maintain active. However, if you're only logging in every couple of months, then your account will be automatically locked, especially after 60 days of consecutive inactivity. So this is the reason that you're not able to get into the dashboard and see the various reports. And if you submit your ticket and say, hey, I haven't logged in for 2 months, I'll know immediately how to get your ticket or get your account reset. So I just wanted to mention that there is also a link to reset your password. So in case you've locked yourself out from too many attempts, you can also try and reset your password yourself. But of course, if you have questions and issues that you can't resolve, send us a ticket and we'll get that resolved as quickly as possible. When there is several tickets submitted, it does take our IT department a few extra days to complete this. And so right now is typically about 4 to 5 days before they can reset the Okta account. And we apologize for that delay. But I noticed that at this time, prior to the annual meeting, everyone is trying to look at their reports, maybe before they arrive at the meeting. And so there's a little bit of a backlog. And again, we apologize for that. If you have any questions or concerns or things that you want to suggest for the monthly report, please let us know and we'll consider adding that information to the report. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Back to you, Bengie.
Thank you, Monet. And as Monet mentioned, please make sure to update your affiliation one more time before the call is over so you can get your participation credit for vendors today so that you can avoid being on that probationary list. Yeah, so Chris has the next topic, the annual report. Chris, are you ready?
I think so. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, it sounds great.
Perfect. Thank you. So I will see Monet's monthly report and I will raise you an annual report. How's that? So this is just like a monthly report, but it's for the whole year. So I have the privilege here of kind of showing off a preview here. The next two V3 meetings are being preempted by I'm stealing the thunder from Bengie, going to explain this later already. So, but these two products will be out in the meantime. So I just wanted to give you a preview of what we're going to have released. The annual report, so officially the 2024 National EMS Data Report will be released, and there's a I'll put this in the in the chat after I'm done here, where you can see when this report releases. This is the 5th year we're going to be doing the annual report. Super excited about that. So now there is an archive of being able to compare these numbers throughout the years. Very exciting. So has a lot of the information from the past years, so you can make your comparisons for the demographics, maps that are included. I also want to put a call out, like if anyone ever wants to share a photo from one of your agencies or EMS related photo, I love having uh, photos. A lot of these are ones that I take when I'm on vacation. My kids already know that if we're driving past and I see a truck stop somewhere, we have to make a pit stop real quick because I need a photo for the annual meeting or for the annual report. So if anyone wants to send those in, more than happy to grab those. I'd appreciate it. One section I wanted to highlight here is now we've added a pre-hospital blood administration section. So it is some of the same charts from above the annual meeting, but specific to the administration of blood in pre-hospital setting. We are just finalizing the last few things on this report, and then it will be made available. You will see an email that comes out from us that has a link and where it is on the website, and then you are more than welcome to share this with your friends and colleagues. And really excited about this because this is the culmination of all of the hard work everyone's putting together. This is your data. This is I'm always so proud to put this together because this is um, uh, the like I said, all the work come together in one place. I'm really excited to have this out. So, Benji, I think I have the next section here, so I'll just keep moving on to the another new product that we're going to have out. By popular request, we've been asked to create a document and an artifact that people can share, showing also where the research is helping, where the data is helping research, and actually getting to people. Uh, um, we get a lot of questions about, like, we're putting this data, where does it go? How do people use it? And so we've created here the NEMSIS research publication highlights. As publications come in that are using NEMSIS data for their research findings, you will see most of them posted on all of our social medias. Quick plug for all of our social media sites. You can find us on vast majority of social media. So whichever one you choose to have as your favorite social media site, we will be there posting this information. But now we are also creating a version of that information in a shareable document so that this can be sent to anyone who would be interested, to frontline folks, to people in your administration or government, to the public, anybody who is interested in seeing where all this great data is making a difference in research. They can have this document. If there's any feedback of what you'd like to see in this document, please feel free to put in a ticket. Benji will get that over to me, and then we'll make considerations about how to change this. Since it's a new product, we'll get it out and see what people think, and then make changes along the way. Always working towards improvement and perfection, right? So, oh, I have a question I see. So Amber, this is a new product. I'm doing a preview right now because the next two V3 calls are going to be preempted by events, the annual meeting, and by the DCC day. So, but these two products will be done in the interim. So you will receive a mass email. Everybody who's subscribe to the email list will get a link to these products. They'll be on the website. Also, if you are not currently on the mailing list, if you go to the NEMSIS homepage, in the upper right corner, there's a big red button that says join the Google group, which is changing because we're not using Google Group anymore. We're using MailChimp. But if you click on there, put in your information, then you will be a part of the mailing list and get this and other exciting announcements from the NEMSIS TAC. I think that's it for me. Thanks for the question. And Benji, I'll hand it back to you.
All right, thank you, Chris. Yeah, that research summary looks great. The highlights. So the next topic is from NHTSA with Jeremy Kinsman. It's about the updated executive order recommendation in the NASEMSO document. Jeremy, are you ready?
Bengie, I'm not sure if Jeremy or Clary were able to make it.
Okay.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy. Can you
Oh,
guys hear
great.
me okay?
Yeah, great, Jeremy. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I apologize. I'm at home with a sick kid today. I'll pass on the executive order update for today. Just want to reiterate Clay and Monet's call that we're really looking forward to the annual meeting. We've got a lot of important topics to discuss with everybody. It's going to be a great event, like always. So if you haven't registered again, please register, and we're looking forward to seeing you all there. I don't have any big NHTSA updates at this time. I think, I think I've mentioned before that we do have this interagency agreement with the Department of Defense and specifically the National Center for Public Health and Disaster Medicine to do some demonstration programs across the country in terms of pre-hospital blood. We'll have more information about that, I think probably at the beginning of the fiscal year, so sometime in October. So we'll have more information about that then. Probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll also have some more information about just some new political appointees for NHTSA. So I'll be happy to share more information about that and some of the priorities for the agency, over the next 2 to 3 years. I'll stop there and just again reiterate that if there's ever anything we can do for you at the NHTSA Office of EMS, whether it's related to NEMSIS or EMS data or anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Please email us, give me a phone call. I'm happy to chat anytime. Looking forward to seeing you all in just a week or so. Thanks very much. And with that, I'll hand it back to Bengie.
Thanks, Jeremy. Before we move on to the open forum, just a friendly reminder once again, as Chris mentioned earlier, our next meeting is canceled due to the annual meeting. And then the next public training is on Tuesday, September the 9th. And unfortunately, the following meeting is canceled as well because of our department-wide DCC day that we're all required to attend. And then the next time we'll be on the call is the end of the month in September, September the 24th, from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So now we'll move on to open forum. If anyone has any questions or any comments or anything they would like to add, please feel free to speak up or write it in the Q&A so we can address them. And if you don't feel comfortable speaking on the platform here, you can also open up a help desk ticket and we can do our best to answer those questions. Okay. Oh, Jonathan, did you have a question? I think you can put it in the Q&A.
May I unmute myself? Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. So I'll be the shy one today. Good to see everybody virtually, I suppose. I just wanted to give a celebratory announcement, I guess. Amanda and John and I had talked a little bit about spreading some love, putting out some success stories for NEMSIS about interoperability. In particular, as some of you know, that's certainly our thing over here at Beyond Lucid Technologies. And I just am very glad to announce to this group that as of last week, we have the additional interoperability automation in place with First Due that adds to Image Trend and ESO. And we've also successfully done an interoperability with California's Health Information Exchanges and Zoll. So to the degree that members of this group are looking for case studies of interoperability where it is working, where it is NEMSIS powering that, these are NEMSIS data files being moved in automated fashion to and from health information exchanges, hospitals, et cetera. We wanted to put that out there because there seems to be, at least in my opinion, a need, and some of your colleagues as well, a need for examples of where it's working. Josh, hopefully you see this as a feather in your cap for all your efforts over the years. But anyway, that's just it. I figured that there'll be more opportunity to talk about it in detail, but there are now several members of this group that are all working together in automated hand-holding fashion to move data across the line and showing the rest of the healthcare ecosystem how it's done. Thanks, guys. And I'm happy to answer any questions, thoughts, or concerns on that.
Thanks for sharing, Jonathan. If we don't have any more open forum items, then I think it's safe to have Amanda remind us about the breakout room conduct. Amanda, are you ready?
I am. Thanks, Bengie. I just wanted to remind everyone, please be respectful and remember that vendors should not attend other vendors' breakout sessions. Also, just a quick reminder that you need to stay in your breakout rooms for 10 minutes to get credit for attending today's meeting. Thanks.
Thank you, Amanda. And if you're unsure if your group is required to attend a breakout session today, the list has been posted. And I think Chris might have the breakout rooms ready. Chris, are we ready to break out?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining the call. See you next time.